everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sepii, and in today's video I thought I'd do something kind of different for you guys. I thought I'd kind of discuss how to be awesome in 2018, how to kick butt, how to be happy with your life, and how to be happy with you. And it's not just for 2018 and the new year. Like, what I'm going to talk about kind of applies for any time, and you can sit back and watch this at any point if you kind of feel lost, and hopefully I'll have a few tips in here that will get you motivated and, I don't know, help guide you in some way. So I'm just gonna get started. Everything that I want to talk about is on my phone. I've written it up. Oh my god, where did it go? Oh, it's here. Yeah, it's on my phone. I'm just gonna read out the first thing, each point, and then I'll discuss it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is kind of, it sounds kind of cliche, but it's so true and it works so well, and it's to set yourself goals. Now, don't get setting goals mixed up with like New Year's resolutions and things like that. New Year's resolutions have sometimes kind of been changed by like media and like over drastically change your life, and it doesn't necessarily need to be like that. So setting goals for yourself is something completely different. Every year my sister has forced us for the past, I think, like 5 years to write down goals for ourselves, and we give it to her, and then she gives it back to us on Christmas Day, and we look to see if we've like achieved it or not. And before this year I used to kind of like, I used to believe her, but I wasn't too like faithful in what she had to say. And this year when I look back at my goals, I realized, wow, like I achieved basically every single goal that I'd written down. And the key about setting goals is that it has to be something that you really want. You can't set goals and kind of half-heartedly want it. Don't worry about it being too big. If it's not big and it doesn't scare you, then it's not a goal. It's just something that's gonna happen. It needs to be big, it needs to scare you, and you need to really, really want it. Like, you can't picture your life without it. So I'll give you some examples of what my goals were. So in the previous year I had written, one of my goals was to pass my exams in university with a certain grade, which I managed to do. Another goal that I'd written was to change my car. I wanted a new car, and that had happened. I'd written down a certain weight, and this summer I hit that exact weight that I'd written down, which was absolutely creepy for me because I'd forgotten that I'd written down like this goal, I want to be like this size or this weight or whatever, because like my goals changed in fitness this year and I didn't really focus on weight at all. So it was so weird to see that I'd hit that exact weight that I'd written down. Like, it was crazy. So you could have any sort of goal. It could be to do with your fitness, it could be to do with your career, it could be to do with your love life, it could be to do with absolutely anything. Friends, traveling, parents, relationships, anything you want. But if you want it, then you need to write it down and secure it to yourself and put it away, and maybe come back to it in a year and see if you actually hit those goals that you wanted. But setting yourself a target and something to aim for really does motivate you. So my second tip to having a successful 2018 might sound a bit weird, but it is to drink lots of water and exercise. And hold on, before you like jump to conclusions and think she's so weird, why is she talking about drinking water and exercising? Drinking lots of water really helps with your brain function, and exercising helps to release hormones that make you a lot more happier. So if our brains are working better and our body is feeling better and our hormones are helping us to feel in a positive and energized state, then of course it's going to help us to achieve our goals. So having a healthy body and mind is always key, and taking care of yourself should always be a priority. So I feel like no matter what goals you have, you should always incorporate drinking more water and eating more healthily and exercising and taking care of yourself, because at the end of the day, if you're not healthy and well, what's the point of having an amazing car, an amazing house, an amazing relationship, and then you're not even there to enjoy it? So my third tip to a successful 2018 is to care less about what other people think. And I know this might sound like, oh, easier said than done, but personally I've had loads of people like for example, on Instagram, write loads of hatred comments for me, and I've had friends say things about me behind my back, and when it all comes back to me and I hear about it, or if I read it, it really doesn't faze me, because I've learned that the people whose opinion really matters to me are the people who are there for me in my daily life and who care about me the most. So so long as I'm making my parents and my siblings proud and my family proud, then that's all that really matters to me. What a random person might think of me, what a person who I thought was a true friend who isn't a true friend doesn't thinks of me, or what people on the internet think of me, what teachers or anyone thinks of you, it really doesn't matter, because all that really matters is that you're happy in yourself. And my way of measuring if I'm happy in myself is A, how proud I am of what I've achieved, and B, how proud my family is of what I've achieved. So in that sense, don't think too much about, don't care too much about what other people think. Like, you don't really know what's going on in their mind either, so it's gonna kill you trying to be like a mind reader, like, oh, they definitely think that I'm X person, or they think that I'm horrible, or they think that I'm desperate or weak, or all of this. You don't really know what's going on in people's minds. You can't guess, and you don't know what things they're going through themselves. So don't hurt yourself trying to wonder and care about what other people think. It's gonna drive you mad, and it's not even worth it, because you're never gonna know exactly what they think, and even then you shouldn't put weight on it if it's not someone who's significant in your life. And my fourth tip kind of leads on from this, and it is basically, don't overthink anything. As humans, we have a tendency to want to know the answer to things like straight away, and I've had loads of situations, I feel like in the past 3 years, like after you turn kind of 18 and adulthood kind of starts to sink in, that like you end up discovering a lot more about yourself and a lot more about life, and as you get older, people around you get older and people get sick, and you want to know why. Or for example, you might fail an exam and you want to know why, or someone stops talking to you and you want to know why, or you overthink a whole situation and you want the answers straight away. And the truth is that answers do come to you, not 100% of the time, but most of the time they come, but they come with time. And if you sit down and you overthink the situation, then you're just giving up the time that you have now to figure out something that's going to come to you anyway. So if you sit down and overthink things, you're just eating up this incredible time that we have to be alive. So enjoy now and don't sit down and overthink things. And it's so much easier said than done. I find myself overthinking a lot, but it's usually when I'm stressed, and then I come and sit down and I kind of read the goals I've set for myself, and I remind myself, hey, why are you overthinking? Enjoy your life, enjoy the people around you, enjoy your family, and do you. Point number 5 is a really important one to me, and it kind of took a while for me to sink in when I was younger. As I got older, I 100% found this a lot easier to do, and it's, don't compare your life to others. This is a really difficult one because, you know, especially if you're in a situation where people around you might have things that you want, or they seem like their life is so perfect. Why is it that X person can have this house and this car, or X person can have that girlfriend or boyfriend, or that relationship, or these people around them, and all of that, and you kind of want something that someone else has, or not even in terms of jealousy, but you know, comparing yourself and being like, well, I did all of this, why didn't I get the same as that person? The reason why comparing your life to others is kind of dangerous waters is because you have absolutely no clue what people are going through. And it's like, basically, I could give you a ton of examples of when people have come up to me and have said, oh my god, like, you always seem so happy and you always seem so smiley and everything's going so well for you. And it's like, well, you don't know what I go through on a daily basis, or what kind of tough times someone might go through, because they don't share every aspect of their life for you to see. So for example, even just now I was looking at like Negin Mirsalahi shared an Instagram story of all the things that she'd succeeded in 2017, which looked incredible, and I was just looking and I was like, wow, like that's so good for her, I was so happy. And then it came up to the last post and she kind of said, well, everything isn't as always as hunky-dory as people make it out to be. My dad is also sick, and we found that out this year. So I've been through situations very similar to that, where, you know, everything looks perfect on the outside, and you go through things personally on where behind closed doors where people don't see. So, you know, thinking that other people's lives is perfect, even the most perfect person to you is gonna have problems. That's life. So don't compare your life to theirs. You know, you don't share the same problems, you don't share the same successes, and that's what makes life beautiful. Point number 6 is a very good one in moving forward in your life, and it's basically make peace with your past so that you can move on with your present life. Making peace with your past is so important, because if you're constantly thinking back and thinking about what happened before, then you're not thinking about what's going to happen in the future, and you're not planning for a better future. So you're always living in the ghost of your past. Whatever might have troubled you in your past, as recent as yesterday or today, and as recent or as late as like years ago, you know, make peace with it, and, you know, leave it as it is, and just say, one day, like, time will tell and I'll know the answers to everything, but for now I'm going to move on with my life, and I'm going to live a happy and good life, because that's what's important, is your future, not your past, you know. And it's going to be tough for you to have a good year ahead of you if you're constantly thinking about all the things that happened in the past that you weren't happy about, you know. Thinking about the future, you can plan to make a better future. Point number 7 is about time. Time is a beautiful thing, because time helps to heal things. Not absolutely everything, but time does help to heal. You know, something, when you find out some devastating news at that moment in time, it could seem like your whole world is over, but after some time and after some dealing with it and days of, you know, mulling over things and months, you know, eventually you get on with life. So don't forget that time heals, so give yourself time. And also for your goals, time is beautiful. Don't think that if I think of something and I want a goal and I want to make it happen right now, if it doesn't happen right now, that it's not going to happen. If everything we thought about manifested straight away, then we'd be in a lot of trouble, because sometimes we haven't thought things through properly. So, you know, time for your goals to show themselves allows you to enjoy the journey, you know. It's not just about the destination, it's also about the journey. So yeah, time is beautiful. Point number 8 is smile. Believe it or not, smiling on the outside really does help your energy, your soul. It does help you to just be happier on the inside too. And, you know, when you smile at others, automatically they start to smile back at you, you know. It's just out of politeness, and you just bring that energy around you, and you want that positive vibe and all those good vibes and energy. So yeah, definitely smile more. Life is so short for you to be upset. Smile. My battery died, but I'm on to my final point about having a successful and happy 2018, and having not just 2018 but overall in life. My final point is that remember that the only person who can make you happy is you, and you're in charge of your own happiness. You could choose to be happy right now, or you could choose to be sad. You could sit down and think of all the negative things, or you could turn over a whole new leaf and you can smile and think about the good stuff that has happened, the good stuff that will happen, that you will make happen, and how happy and lucky you are to be alive right now, surrounded by everyone who you care about and who cares about you. And, you know, that in itself is such a blessing. So I wish you guys the best year, and if you ever get stuck at some point, you can always come back and watch this video. It's not just for a new year, it's a lifestyle. So happy new year, you guys. I send out my love to all of you. If you like this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me down below, and let me know in the comment section if you want me to make more videos like this. If you want to follow my socials, my Instagram is @PersianBunny, and my Twitter is @ThePersianBunny. See you next time. Bye!